Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another production vlog for you of a live stream. So this is a project we've done the last couple years. We have a live stream 2 nights in a row, graduations, 8th grade graduation first and high school graduation second. So live streams are always stressful. And let me qualify, this is actually a recorded live stream, so it's a fake live stream. We're not actually streaming live, so that is one less variable. We don't have to worry about internet connection. We are just recording the live stream and then giving them the file, and then they upload it. So it's just kind of like a couple hour delay to the live stream. So that's what this project is. But like any live stream, any multicam, live switching, there's going to be issues, there's going to be mistakes, it's going to be less than perfect, and that is the nature of the beast. So we definitely had our share of that on this live stream, as we've had on every live stream, because that's just how live streams go. You'll notice my cool chair that we made, strapping 2 Apple boxes and a Fernie pad together. Didn't end up using that, so that did not come out night 2. Good thing about a job like this with 2 nights in a row is you have a chance to improve things on night 2, which is great. So we definitely had some things we improved. We used 4 cameras on this, 3 Sonys and a Blackmagic. I made a LUT to match all those, so that was great. Once we had everything set, we went to get our audio set up and realized major problem. We couldn't get an audio feed, and the reason for that was I had rented a wireless audio transmission system, which we rent every year for this project, but I got a faulty unit from the rental company, and so we had no way to get an audio feed to our system. So we had to come up with a backup, which we did. We'll talk about that. So as the graduation is going, I was able to, at the end, grab some footage, kind of what was going. You can see our setup here. We've got 2 high bright monitors, one where I've got all 4 cameras up, and the other where I've got the live feed running, or I should say the feed from the switcher, the program feed. Then I'm recording everything into the laptop, into OBS, and that is kind of the setup for this. So one of the interesting parts about a gig like this is every year, as soon as the event is over, everybody comes on the field. And so everyone's trampling on our cables right next to our cameras, our equipment, and so we just have to be prepared for that. We have to keep things as safe as possible. And so you can see there's people just everywhere by our stuff. And that is just what happens at this particular event. So we have to be prepared for that, which we are, and we keep pretty much everything on the cart except the cameras on tripods. We got a power cable that runs to a nearby power that we pull power from, and we have a boom mic. And so we just have to collapse those things in as fast as possible. So, quick recap of what we're going to do. We are going to take this guy, put on the other wireless, put him up close to where Mike is, so that we have a second wireless PTZ camera over there. That will make life better, except that I can't control camera exposure from over there. We are also going to remember to put the monitor on this. We are going to figure out what the heck is wrong with this thing and get it fixed for tomorrow. We're going to get this audio copied and moved over. So we have that. And we're going to figure out how to be more optimal with our setup and not make such a huge mess. Overall, it was better than what's previous years. We're going to skip the seat. I never sat on it once. This was good, and it was the only audio we had. So I'm glad we've had that. Cabling was cabling. Documenting our setup. So we're going to do this better tomorrow. These cameras worked fine. We ended up with this guy here. Ended up with the 14 here. So since our wireless audio system didn't work, we threw a Rode up there as a recorder and tried to send the wireless. Obviously, that did not carry from the box down to here. So I just threw the recording of the video and the audio into Resolve and synced it up real fast, and I'm exporting that so that we can still give them a same-day turnaround. Looks like that's going to take another 12 minutes to render. I can throw that on their USB, and so we can still get that to them while we're breaking everything down. So obviously I didn't get any behind the scenes of that. Pretty simple edit operation. just syncing that up and doing a fast audio mix and hit go. And so that is how you overcome lack of audio. So you always have to figure out how to overcome challenges on a shoot like this, and that was certainly a challenge the first night, not having an audio feed. But now we're here on day 2, evening 2 for the high school graduation, and you can see we have changed some of the setup. We ended up not moving the PTZ camera. We kept that in the back. We moved one of the static cameras to the front. And so you can kind of see we've got the shark fin for audio. We've got 2 wireless video receivers for the 2 cameras at the front. And I'm here switching. And you can see the Ronin controller there, which I'm using to move my PTZ around. We put the focus controller on the zoom ring, and so I have the little wheel that you usually use for focus. I'm using to zoom in and out. And then I've got my wireless earbuds that I'm using to monitor audio with a huge Bluetooth delay, which is super annoying, but at least I can hear. While still wearing these Solidcom headsets that we're using to communicate. So you can kind of see the angles and what we got going up there. You also see that huge streaming box. That's something I built for the original A10 Mini that I had, because the first one I had didn't have multi-view outputs or anything, and I had built this box and spent enough money on it and time. By the time they came out with the new version, I was like, whatever, I have the box. So I've just kept using it because we don't do enough live streaming that it made sense for me to go ahead and just buy a whole new unit. But after using it again this time, after having not used it for almost a year, I'm like, you know, it's probably worth it next live stream to just go ahead and get the new one. Because there's just a lot of pieces to it. And then we can run everything off of one monitor, because you see we need 2 monitors to run the setup. But the new ATEMs, and frankly at NAB we saw a great switcher from OC which killed the features on the ATEM. So I'm like, well shoot, we'll just get the the OC switcher. Anyway, so you can just see a little bit. There's me using that PTZ controller. You can see got my thumbs on that. We've got my fingers switching camera shots. Everything's going to the computer, which you can see, and that was kind of the deal. So managed to put the phone up, get a little behind the scenes at the very end when the streamers go off. So you're just going to see that's kind of that moment. Then the next thing that happens after that is the field will be overwhelmed by all the parents, all the kids, all the family, and we have to clean it all up and keep our gear safe while trying not to get everybody trampled. And all of our cameras, well, the 2 cameras are here, are connected by HDMI. So it's like, as soon as we can, you know, because we're actually still recording, still rolling at this point. Like we're running around, Mike is running around getting shots. You can kind of see what's happening there. Mike's getting shots and things, and we're using this footage. So people are walking. There we go. Finally get the tripods. People are walking in between the cart and the tripods. So just nothing you can do too much for camera control. We'll figure that out one day. But anyway, it was a fun gig, and it went well, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.